Hi everybody, Leslie Ray here with a Tuesday tutorial by Digital Delights by Libby Lou. For my tutorial today, I want to focus more on a technique and specifically how to build a card or a book or something like that. And so I'm going to use to show you my technique, the Pressy Josie and the Cupcake Josie stamps, because they are just too cute. And also because this is happy glitterific birthday to me. The technique we're going to be doing is called coloring on glitter. It's something relatively new that I came across when I was learning about a birthday present that I received. So let me tell you the rest of what you need. You need cardstock to print your digi on. You need double stick adhesive sheets. They come in like 8.5 by 11 sheets. I've seen them even in half sheet sheets. You need some markers. I'm going to be using Bic Markets, of course, and then some of my new Spectrum Noir pens. Love them. And then you need some Prismaglitter. So let's get started. This is what we're going to be working on, is making this wonderful, look how glittery that is, glittered image using Prismaglitter and the sheets, and then coloring on the glitter. And the reason I say coloring on the glitter is because this is a see-through sheet, and already when you put the glitter on it, you can see that the digi stamp gets muted behind all that glitter. So your colors would also be muted behind all that glitter. Even though it's a clear see-through double stick sheet, everything gets kind of muted. So if you color on top, you get the glittery sparkle and the color. So this is what I'm going to show you how to do. Isn't this fun? Let's talk a minute about glitter. Glitter comes in all different sizes and grades and whatnot. The type of glitter you want to use is like a diamond dust or a Prismaglitter. It's very super fine, super fine, as you see, as I pour some out on myself. And it's very easy to work with, and it's perfect for this technique. So everybody needs a little glitter in their life, right? And to everyone's life, a little glitter must fall. So let's bring us back into focus here. And so I'm going to color for you this one that I've already got adhesed and glittered, but I'm going to show you the process of getting here, okay? And I'm going to show you with Pressy Josie. Pressy Josie is the one that I colored earlier. And I will have both Pressy Josie and Cupcake Josie up on the site. Now, here is Pressy Josie. What I have done is I've taken my piece of double stick paper and I've trimmed it down. And I could trim it down even a little more if I wanted to, and I think I do. You can trim it with your cutter. Here I'm just trimming it with a pair of scissors. But I've trimmed it down a little bit. And then what I want to do is take the adhesive off of one side, or the backing off of one side. This adhesive paper has two sides that are removable, so that you can use this to create all kinds of fun stuff. There's lots of techniques to use with double stick adhesive. One of them even involves you cutting it very gently so that you can dictate very specifically where colors of glitter go when you're putting it on. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to make sure you get it on the right side. The side that I was peeling off is the wrong side. I want to peel off this side first. Okay, here we go. This will peel much better. Now, I'm going to peel this off, and when I do this, I usually try to fold it back like that a little bit, and then I come at the top of my image, and I start rubbing this down. Let's see if I can do something on here to keep us in focus. Sorry, guys. All the white and it's having issues. There we go. I put just part of it down. See, it's not all the way down yet. And then I pull from underneath and I rub as I go, so I get a nice smooth adhesion. And the other thing I sometimes will do is use like a credit card or a gift card that has been used up and I just have in my crafting area to kind of squeegee that on there so that it is as straight as can be. Okay? And then the next thing I'll do is then take this layer off. And this layer then leaves behind this wonderful sticky piece. And then the next thing you want to do is if you want to use a sanding tray or an embossing tray, you can. I'm just going to put it on my piece of white paper and I'm going to put Prismaglitter on her. And you don't have to cover a big thick layer over, because what you're going to do is then you're going to smooth it around like this and get it on every bit of stickum. And you can see when we're finished, this Prismaglitter is a little bit different than the first Prismaglitter I used. This one seems to have like a little pink cast to it, but that's okay. It'll still work the same way. I'm just out of the first Prismaglitter that I used. But the next process, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to, before I get too carried away, I'm going to move this and put it back in the bottle before I start continuing to rub and dust. So as much of it as I can get back into the bottle, I do. And then if you have a clean dry brush, you can use that to dust it off. You can use your hand or a napkin. I happen to have some I have these little rags beside me that I use for crafting, and I'll use that to rub so that as much excess is off. And here's that one, and then here's the other one. So you can see kind of two different brands of glitter, but it's both the same thing. This will still turn out just as wonderful as the other one. Okay? So, Prismaglitter it up, wipe off the excess. So, I'm going to give this one more wipe just before we get started here. And the reason why you want to take the time to kind of wipe back off is because any loose is going to attract itself to your pen nib and try to stick to it. So you want this as loose as possible, all the loose stuff gone. So next you just color like you normally would. And so I like to color on the face pretty early out. And so that's where I'm going to start, is with the skin and the face. And also on the legs. So I'm going to go ahead and start coloring on her legs. And you color using the same techniques as you would coloring on any kind of cardstock. I will be trimming this out. So if I color outside the lines on the outside, that's okay, because I can cut it off. And then like for your bigger spaces, you might want to use your bigger nibs. And I will come back over the eyes after a while with a darker color to bring them back out. And one of the things I want to do is go over where I would have pink normally there in her little cheekies. And then grab my other marker for adding some highlight to her body. And just color and drag color across just like you would using your alcohol markers normally. And here you can notice also that where her where she's kind of been saturated, she does go ahead and bleed over the lines just like she would in paper. So be careful sometimes how much color you're adding on so that you don't oversaturate it in an area. One last spot here. I love how quickly this goes together on the glitter. Now, if you look at your nib of your pen, you'll see you have a little bit of glitter on it. And so all I do is find a clean spot on my paper that's not covered in glitter and kind of rub it off on the side there and get the glitter off. There's a piece of glitter right there on the tip. So I'll rub at it one more time. Just kind of rub gently right there on the edge. Sorry, you didn't see that off camera. I'm just rubbing and twirling it like this as I rub to get that glitter off. Okay, so next I want to color her hair. And so, because it's a pretty large area, I'm going to start with large pens. And just coloring in general in those areas. And there's lots and lots of color combinations that you can use to do hair. I'm just coloring in her hair the way I normally would color hair. It's just to go along the shape of the hair. Again, I'm gonna wipe off on the edge my nibs. And then I'm gonna go back in and make some lighter places, or some darker places, sorry. Make her hair a little darker, a little dirtier blonde. And I like when mixing colors on the glitter because it does stay kind of wet for a while. You can get some neater mixing going on. Use my brown. And I'll come back in with just a little bit of this darker, no, not darker, sorry. A little bit of this lighter brown that I had pulled out. And kind of add that in. Further mixing those colors up like that. Loving how that's looking. And now I want to do some getting some color on her bows and on her shoes and whatnot. So I'm going to go with the darker color on the insides of the bows. and come back over it with the lighter. And what I like to do is bring my light over the dark, kind of blending those colors, and then pull it on out. And then again, bring it over the dark, pull out some of that color, and here we go. While I'm down here, I'll go ahead and color her little shoes in. I like little leather shoes. I think they're cute. And again, with a little bit of mixing in that brown to make it just a color kind of between those two colors. So, and then coming on up with her little skirt, I'm going to use again this color. And then come back across with the lighter pinks and kind of pull that out. Kind of give it that three-dimensional look. And then get these little lumpy bumps here. Loving that. And then finally get her hair bows up here, and then we'll come back and do those cupcakes. So go in here and in here, because I want her hair to matchy match on both sides. And then come back at it with this, again pulling in from the darker color. There we go. And then finally, all I have left is her shirt and her cupcake. And her cupcake has cherry on top, and the cupcake papers. I think I'm going to make the cupcake papers be kind of a blue color here. So we have, I'm going to add back in a little darker blue for the cupcake paper. And then have the cupcake be kind of a tannish brown color, as if it was baked to a yummy golden color, or yummy brownish cupcake color. It's chocolate cupcake. I like chocolate cupcakes. And then some lovely, some lovely pink frosting on my chocolate cupcake. This totally would be a cupcake in my house. And I think she's, with her little pink shirt, she's her dark pink top. Sorry, wrong size. So we have a little bit here of her shirt showing, and a little bit there. Go back to that pink and get the rest of that cupcake frosting. And actually, I think that last part back there is part of her hair. And what is so easy is we can take this marker and kind of pull some of that color over and come back in with that line, and then paint our cherry on top with some red. And then add a bit of green to the stem. And she's good. There we go. I think she looks pretty good there. Now, we need to pop her eyes back out and some of her facial features. So I'm going to take the brown and go back over her eyes with a little bit of brown. And over her eyebrows, like that. And just kind of touch her nose a little. And then what I like to do, as I do with all of my digis, is I like to go back over with some highlight. So let me get my light gray pen out and do a quick highlight. And to me, it looks just finished when I do the gray. And I'll do the gray even in the pink cupcake because there's highlights everywhere and shadows everywhere. And everything casts a shadow. So if you go at it like that, and when I'm doing this, I stop a minute to occasionally take some glitter off my brush or off my pen, but I'll go around everything. And with the glitter, it's a lot more forgiving. That line that you're going around is just a little bit ambiguous, and it just makes it a really fast job to go back around with your coloring and with your outlining. And just remember, everything has a shadow. So even there's a shadow cast on your legs by the skirt. Okay. And that is done. Now all I have to do is trim her out and put her on my card. So I hope this helps you understand how to do your painting on top of glitter with your markers. And I hope you give it a try, and I hope everybody has a glitterific birthday, just like myself. And thank you for watching Digital Delights by Luby Lou, and our Tuesday tutorial. Come back again when we'll have another tutorial on Tuesday, this time with Christine. Thank you.